This video is sponsored by JNC Collectibles website at jnccollectibles.com. Be sure to check them out for all your TCG needs, from sealed products to sleeves to playmats. Link is in the description box below. Thank you, and back to the video.
Live reaction! Holy fuck, no way! Oh shit! Forbidden Lacrima? They banned Lacrima! What? Appaloosa, Hot Red Dragon, Archfiend Calamity, and Beatrice. Oh shit. What? This is not what... Huh? Oh. Well then. Limited. Eva, Snake Eye Ash, Snake Eye Poplar, Strings, Chaos Strings, Branded Fusion, Opening of the Spirit Gate, Prosperity, Sanguine Summoning, That Grass Looks Greener, and Skill Drain. Eva to 1! Holy... Oh shit. Eva to 1. Snake Eye Ash and Poplar to 1. Huh. And Lacrima banned. Sanguine Summoning, Prosperity Opening. Semi-limited, Blaster Redux Tempest, Lunalight Tiger, Thunder Dragon Colossus, and Ib. Lunalight Tiger. Unlimited Armageddonite, Red Rose Dragon, Kieran, Plus Fire, Ancient Fairy Dragon, Danglong, and Time Seal? I don't know how I feel about this. Wait! Oh, okay. Back to the ban section. So they banned Appaloosa. And Grass is back. Huh. Snake Eye Ash and Poplar to 1. Die, nigga. Huh. Oh, okay, this is actually a really smart ban. This is a crazy smart ban. So they banned Beatrice, but they also banned Lacrima so that you can't make Wave King. Oh. Huh. Okay. Limits are Eva, Snake Eye Ash Poplar, Strings, Chaos Strings, Branded Fusion, Opening of the Spirit Gate, Prod of Prosperity, Sanguine Summoning. So Prosperity and Sanguine Summoning to 1, that's good. That Grass Looks Greener, and Skill Drain. This is I think this is low-key the craziest hit. Ban Lacrima is crazy. So it's either it's like Desiree or bust. Like, you only can make Desiree in Snake Eye. Or in most Fiendsmith decks, you can only make Desiree now. You can't make Lacrima. I guess that makes sense why it was a common. That's an interesting hit. So no more rank 6 stuff with Fiendsmith package. That's a big hit to the Fiendsmith package. Eva to 1. That's good for Drytron. That's actually very good for Drytron. I don't know if that makes Drytron playable though, because Bestials are still in the meta, Shifter's still in the meta. But Eva's a good thing, right? Eva's good. They didn't hit Puppet Lock. They hit Branded Fusion. Which is not quote unquote hitting the Puppet Lock, but it's like, it's better than nothing, right? Like, they hit Branded Fusion. I think you can't complain too much about that. Prodigy Prosperity and Sanguine Summoning and Grass to 1. I mean, this is whatever. Skill Drain, Prodigy Prosperity, Sanguine Summoning, Opening. Ash and Poplar. Ash and Poplar to 1. I'm thinking how much that actually changes. Ash and Poplar to 1. That's like kind of bad. Like, Snake Eye has like way less starters. I guess you gotta play 3 Bonfire now. Let's go. We gotta play 3 Bonfire now. You gotta play 3 Bonfire now. Like, fuck. I guess that's like, I guess like now, like if this ban list is so bad, I don't know how to feel about it. I feel like this is a good hit to Snake Eye. I feel like it's a good hit to Snake Eye. You can play 3 Bonfire now. Sounds criminal. I mean, bro, I have to now, right? Shifter's still in the game. That's like my biggest complaint. But Sengen summoning and Prosperity to 1. Can't complain too much. It's like, I think because of the way that they made everyone wait, I think people are not going to be happy with this. I think the way they made people wait, people are not going to be happy with this. Like, if we got this ban list like 2 weeks ago, I think like it'd be like chill. Hitting Calamities is a good hit. I'm happy with that. Appaloosa, Beatrice, Lacrima is a I think Lacrima is like the most interesting hit on the Forbidden side. So you gotta play like more Oak or something. I don't want to play more Oak. Like Oak is a brick. Like if you gotta play more bricks, I don't want to play more bricks. Like you just don't have Snake Eye cards. 1 Ash, 1 Poplar. That's like, that is actually, I think that really hurts the consistent. Like, okay, like people are saying 3 Bonfire, and I said 3 Bonfire, but you have to think about it like this. You can have a bunch of search targets or search cards, but if you don't have search targets, then the search cards are not searching anything. What do you think about the list? I think it's solid. Snake Ash and Poplar to 1 actually really hurt this deck a lot. This hit is like weird as shit. I don't get that. Opening of the Spirit Gate to 1, you still have 4 copies with Dark Beckoning Beast. I guess like they just don't want you to hard open this card, because hard opening this card is better than opening Beckoning Beast, because Beckoning Beast is like a card you have to normal summon. It can get interacted with every hand trap, where opening is a card that like if you hard open it is like way better. It's like way better than opening Dark Beckoning Beast. Prosperity and Sengen summoning to 1, yes, these cards should be at 1. I 100% agree. Skill Drain to 1, yes. They hit the Gimmick Puppet deck, which is interesting. This deck is not fair and is not fun to play against. However, did they need to? Yeah, it's a deck that needs to get hit. Like no one can say like, why did they hit Gimmick Puppet? This is a deck that needs to be hit. Like it's an FTK deck. Even though it's not at the top of the tier list, it's a deck that should be hit on the ban list, right? Yubel is gonna be wild. Yeah. Yubel seems very powerful. Yubel seems like very, very powerful post ban list. Like, yeah, Yubel seems very, very good. The issue with Yubel though, so like Yubel seems very good, right? But the issue with Yubel is that Yubel is not very good going second. So other decks are probably more likely able to compete. Which is what at the end of the day I think Konami wants, is for I think that's what Konami wants at the end of the day, is for when people that are outside of the game or people that are trying to get into the game look at like Top Cut breakdowns or like pie charts for events like regionals and YCSs, especially YCSs because that's what they promote the most, that's what they stream and stuff. I think like they want there to be a sense of variety. They don't like that Snake Eye is taking 50% of the pie chart, right? Like that doesn't look very good. But I think if Yubel is the best deck, it's not just like this. It's not the same thing as Snake Eye being the best deck, in my opinion. I think Snake Eye was way more consistent than Yubel, or like substantially more consistent than Yubel. We getting Untrix like just play Fire King. We don't know when we're getting that card, and Fire King is like a brickier version of Snake Eye. It's not the same deck. Like we never stopped playing Fire King because we didn't think, because Fire King wasn't a good deck. Like, I don't know if that's why you stopped playing Fire King, but Fire King was an amazing deck. It's just that it was bricky, and I'm playing all these bad cards in my deck. And if I have to go back to that, then it's not good, right? Like, I don't want to have to do that. Rescue Ace also seems pretty good. I mean, Prosperity to 1 is a hit to Rescue Ace. It's a hit to, like, all those, like, tier 2 decks that, like, relied on Prosperity for consistency. Which I think is a good hit. I think those decks need to get touched in some form. Like, you don't want to just, like, start hitting random cards from random decks. But I think putting Prosperity to 1 as, like, just a blanket hit to, like, tier 2 decks, I think is, like, I think is a good change. I think it's a fine change. I don't think that there's anything on this limited list or banned section that I'm, like, confused about. I think this card is a card that, like, while it's not good right now, if you hit the other decks, then a deck like Centurion, which is already kind of like borderlining playability, just becomes like super playable, and like Calamities is just like not fun. It's an auto win button. Like, it's a card that shouldn't exist. Like, things like this is like cards that they should hit that usually they don't end up hitting, but it just deserves to be hit, right? Like, why are we not hitting Calamities, right? So hitting Calamities, good. Hitting Appaloosa, good. Hitting Beatrice, good. These 3, solid bans. Banning Lacrima is interesting. I think if you're banning Appaloosa, from what I understood, if you ban Appaloosa, then the Fiendsmith engine just pivots into Wave King as a way to protect you from Nibiru. So I like that Konami realized that and understands that, and is like, okay, if we're gonna ban Appaloosa to stop, like, people from playing around, like, Nibiru, which is the main thing. Like, it plays around hand traps, but Nibiru is the best thing. If Nibiru is our quote-unquote maxi, like, Nibiru is our answer to combo spam, then it doesn't make sense that every deck has a way to just beat Nibiru, or, like, force it in a situation where, like, you're forced to Nibiru just to get some sort of, like, value, and then, like, they just combo you through it. So if you ban Appaloosa, then you have to ban access to Wave King. Unless they just wanted to straight up ban Wave King, which instead of Lacrima, they could have just banned Wave King. Like, if they banned Apple and Wave King, then I would be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But I guess they wanted to also hit the Fiendsmith engine, because they still realize that, like, the Fiendsmith, like, engine is super strong. And if you keep Lacrima away, then there's this card that people would just play instead. I can show it to you guys real quick. It's obviously worse than the other 2, but you can also just play Evil Czar Lars, which takes 2 level 6, and it's also like it's like a bootleg Omni Negate. So, like, if you ban Wave King, then people will just play Lars, which obviously doesn't protect you from Nibiru, but it's just like a negate end board piece. Like, and I think Konami is trying to deal with that. So I think that that's fine, right? I think this is fine. I have no grievances with this ban section. I think it makes sense. As for the limited section, I don't think that there's anything on this limited section that I dislike. They decided to bring back Grass and Eva. I mean, Eva's fine, right? Like, why did Eva get banned? Eva got banned because of Drytron. I don't think that Eva being back pushed Drytron back into the format. Drytron is basically at full power now. It is, yeah, Drytron is at full power now. We have Eva, so you can do Orange Eva, like, ultimateness stuff if you really want to. They hit Prosperity, which is a consistency hit to Drytron. And Drytron is a deck that historically can't really go second too well. Maybe it's a little bit better now because they also banned Appaloosa, which was like Drytron's worst enemy. Like, this card soloed Drytron if you didn't have an out. But, yeah, you have Orange, you have Eva. Maybe Drytron is playable, potentially Copium. I'll try something with Drytron because I love Drytron. You probably can, like, play board breakers like Dark Ruler, no more droplets, and, like, try to go second like that. And then if you go first, you have Ultimateness. But then Ultimateness is just answered by, like, everything. You can just alter Ultimateness with. We'll see if Eva proves to be problematic. We'll see if it proves to be problematic, to be honest. As for the rest, Skill Drain, good hit. Sengen Summoning, good hit. Opening, this is not my hit to Yubel. Like, what if I had to pick a card to hit Yubel? I don't think it would be Ultimateness. or I'm saying ultimateness. Opening of the Spirit Gate, it would probably be Phantom of Yubel, but someone in chat had mentioned that Phantom of Yubel is a brand new card, is $70. So yeah, and same thing with Throne, which I don't even think Throne. I think Throne is a good hit. But they opted not to hit Throne. So opening is at 1. It's fine, I guess. It's a small consistency hit. Yubel after this ban list is probably the front runner, but I think it's definitely going to be a more versatile format. As for the semi-limits, we have all the Dragon Rulers, Lunalight Tiger, Colossus, and Ib. Ib going to 2 doesn't matter because it's a one-of. Colossus going to 2 does matter for Thunder Dragons, kind of. I don't know if this means anything. I don't know if it means anything. This card going to 2. But it is a big... 1 Colossus and 2 Colossus is a difference. There is a big difference between 1 Colossus and 2 Colossus. 1 Colossus, you can't really have a Thunder Dragon deck. 2 Colossus, you can have a Thunder Dragon deck. So I think it's fine. Lunalight Tiger to 2, that is a cool one. That's pretty cool. 1 Tiger and 2 Tiger is a big difference. This is something that I want to experiment with, multiple Tigers, because Lunalight is a deck that has potential to make its way back into the format, right? So we can potentially end up in a position where we're playing a Lunalight strategy or something with Lunalight cards, right? But Dragon Rulers to 2, it doesn't really matter in my opinion. They don't matter. As for the unlimits, Armageddon Knight doesn't matter right now. It could matter in the future. Who you think? It was good. Armageddon Knight could matter in the future. I don't know right now, but it can matter in the future, right? A dark deck might come out that doesn't have like a normal summon that relies on the grave or banishing cards. Then okay, sure. Then Armageddon Knight is a good card again. Red Rose Dragon, another good card. I don't think it matters right now, but it is another good card. Maybe with like Runic decks, like Runic pretty much got unhit other than like the Skill Drainer one, but maybe like a Runic deck with White Rose and Red Rose cards could be something like level 7s into level 10s. I don't know. Maybe that could be something there. Kieran and Plushfire. Plushfire got errated, so it's way worse. But Kieran is a broken card. I don't think that makes Pendulum playable again. But Kieran to 3 is definitely good Pendulum support, in my opinion, for Draco Slayers. Like, 3 Kieran in a Draco Slayer deck doesn't sound half terrible. Ancient Fairy and Danglong to multiples don't matter, in my opinion. Doesn't matter. Time Seal is only playable after turn 3. I don't think Time Seal is playable either. So, all around, what do I think about this ban list? If I had to give it a rating out of 10, I would say like a 7 out of 10. It's a 7 out of 10. I would say this is a above average ban list. I think it definitely shakes up the meta a little bit. I would say it's like a 7 out of 10. It's not terrible. I would say it's a good ban list. Like, it's not bad. Like, I wouldn't like complain about this ban list. Could they have done more like crazier hits? Like, I think because they made people wait so long, I think people expected like crazy hits. Like, kind of like how the July 2020 list was, where there was like 7 bans, like top 10 decks on the pie chart. We are banning a card from every one of the top 10 decks. Like, it's not that type of list. Like, this is very targeted. Like, this is like generic. These two are Fiendsmith hits, and this is like a quality of life hit. Same thing with the Gimmick Puppet hits. Quality of life, Snake Eye hit, bringing something cool back, bringing something interesting back, hitting problematic, like generic. Like, these two are both Tempai hits, but this is like also a generic like quality of life hit for the game. Same thing with Skill Drain, hitting another Flood. Branded Fusion. Branded has to get touched eventually, right? Like, you can't just hit everything else every time and not hit Branded eventually. So yeah, hit Branded Fusion to 1. It's a slight hit. It's not the biggest hit. But yeah. OCG said that they can't ban Snake Eye cards. So the thing is, if you had to ban a Snake Eye card, it would probably be Flamber's Dragon. Or Poplar. I know some people were saying Poplar and Oak. I don't think that's realistic. I think if you're banning a Snake Eye card, it probably was going to end up being Flamberg. But then, like, if you ban Flamberg, then Snake Eye... I think Snake Eye, if you ban Flamberg and leave everything else at 3, then Snake Eye is definitely playable. But I think that this approach is also kind of good. In my opinion, I think this approach is kind of good. Because you're hitting Snake Eye to the point where Snake Eye might not be good after this. Like, I know people are saying there's no Snake Eye bans, but you limited their starter and their, like, other starter. Like, if you think about it, Poplar and Snake Eye Ash are both starters. You limited both of their starters, and you banned, like, 3 cards from their extra deck. Two of which are very important. Like, Beatrice was important for when you only opened Snake Eye, or only opened, like, Fiendsmith cards or 2 bodies, like a Witch that gets negated plus a hand trap. Now that shit does nothing. And you ban, like, their best extra deck card. So, like, Fiendsmith cards are a lot worse now. With these hits, Fiendsmith cards are a lot worse than Snake Eye. Yeah, it's a lot worse than Snake Eye. And you hit their starters. And their follow-up is worse, yes. They have no more Snake Eye Ash in their deck, and they have no more Poplar in their deck. Like, they just don't have names. Like, if you think about it, they just don't have names. Like, what are you supposed to play? Like, even Adrian said, like, what do you play? More Oak? Like, you just don't have names. Like, look at this shit. So, like, this is just, like, a World's Format deck. But, like, say you hit, so, like, this. Like, you have 3 Snake Eye names. Like, in the OCG, they hit Poplar to 1. They hit Snake Eyes to 1. Immediately, Poplar went to 3. You hit Snake Eyes to 1 and Poplar to 1. What the fuck am I supposed to play? What's up, Demo? What am I supposed to play? 3 Oak? We're playing triple Oak? Like, what the fuck? This shit is ass. What the fuck? I'm playing triple Oak in my deck. Bird Supremacy? Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, what? This is probably bad. This is probably bad. This is probably, like, super bad. This is actually probably super bad. Maybe it could be, like, a small engine, and you play, like, a different... You probably have to play, like, a different deck. It probably can't be, like, a Snake Eye deck. Like, it could be, like, 1 Snake Ash, 1 Poplar, 1 Oak, 1 Flamberge. Like, it could be, like, a small engine and, like, a pile deck. Maybe you can make, like, a Wanted original pile deck. Especially once the Azamina cards come out. You could probably make, like, a Diabellstar pile deck with, like, a small Snake Eye engine. But until then, this shit don't even sound, like, good. It doesn't sound good. Until we get, like, Azamina cards, it doesn't sound good. But, yeah, YouTube, that's basically my thoughts on this Banlist. If you like these type of videos, make sure to like and subscribe to the JNC channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.